I have been married for 4 months now, and we had dated for 2 years prior. This girl has been in his friend group for quite some time now, and it was never an issue till recently. We had hosted a little celebration recently, and at a point all the ladies were gathered in a room, and I was chatting with her. She's unmarried and 3 years older than me, and is stunningly pretty too, like model gorgeous. So we were laughing and talking well till she brings up my husband, asking me how it's going and if he was troubling me in any way, in a joking manner. She then pulls her phone out and scrolls down to show me pics of his from before. I was surprised she still had pics of that time, but nearly every single one of them were during the time they dated, and when I got uncomfortable and told her to stop, she just laughed it away. My husband was in his 20s then. She called it his prime, and they traveled more than me and him ever did. What shocked me most was that she showed me pics and videos of them having traveled Barcelona twice, and this was shocking because when I told him about visiting that place, he outright refused it and said he hated that place, calling it boring. At a point, I was tired of her telling all their stories, so I left. It was probably a bit stupid to get angry about something like this, but I decided to leave the room. Later on, somewhere around late night, all his friends were down in the living room. One of their spouses had to breastfeed, so I gave her a separate room for privacy. I thought of joining them all, but then I heard one of the guys talking about how my husband's parents accepted me in the family. He and his family are all Koreans, and most of his friends mostly belong to the same community. I am from Indonesia, and it was a lot of trouble when he told his parents about me. Though all of that has been fixed now, it felt weird to listen to that again because a lot of slurs are still thrown around, even though I've been living here for years. My husband told him it's been tough, but it's all right now. And then his friend who I was chatting to earlier talks about how she had sent him on many blind dates with pretty women and decided to choose me. They all were drunk, so maybe they didn't know or didn't mean those words, but it still hurt a lot. They all started laughing loudly, telling my husband how I was a bit ugly according to his standards in the past, and one of them even acknowledging his relationship with the girl. My husband then said words I never imagined he would, telling them that I might be ugly, but I married her. Someone who used to comfort B when I cried, or bring me to shop and gifted me clothes, someone I was now trying to have a kid with admitting I'm ugly felt terrible. All the incidents of the day just came down, and I walked out before I heard too much. I decided to shower and then go to sleep before they all did, but even this morning, after they all left and my husband slumped back in bed, I still keep thinking about it. It's difficult to convince myself now that they're only friends. They have a longer history than I did with him, and his friends acknowledging it was even worse. This morning, despite his state, he hugged her goodbye and arranged a pack of sweets he told me she likes and to enjoy on the trip back. It's been eating on my insecurity, especially after seeing the pictures. My husband looked much younger, without the fine lines now appearing and the youthful look back then. A part of me is jealous I never enjoyed that part of him, whereas she's not only more rich than me, but also too pretty, and it hurts after being called ugly by someone who I thought loved me. This has been bugging me for a while and also seems like a very stupid thing to confront about, so can any of you give me advice of what to do? Update. So I shared about this incident to my friends, and they have urged me to make plans with them to Barcelona itself. I agreed and we went to do a bit of shopping for it. I have been feeling way better now after talking to them and all the support you guys gave too, so I'm really grateful. My husband had been texting me continuously for a while now. I am staying at my friend's house for a while. I texted him saying that I wasn't happy with the company he kept and told him about what his friend did, showing me their pictures. I also told him that he admitted I was ugly to his friends. He's answered by saying that he was mostly drunk and didn't mean it, and that he and his friends' culture is where it's normal to comment on people's appearances and not take it to heart, and said all the cheesy stuff after that about how he still thinks I'm really beautiful, but I can't accept that anymore. He told he'll talk to his friends about it and ask them to apologize. I also told him that I can leave if he still has feelings for his friend, and he said that it was all a past fling, and there's a reason they broke up. He told I'm the one he wants to have kids with, but I feel like he wants me to be a baby producing machine for his family. I'm still looking for a lawyer, and my brother has offered me help too. He got really angry after hearing about the situation. I have a place of my own where I might shift to after I come back from the trip. My husband is back to constantly calling, though I texted him to stop and he hasn't done anything yet. I'm still a bit confused, but I think this trip is going to help me clear my mind. I haven't told him anything yet, and I am thinking of blocking him in my socials, though my friends suggest he see that I am living my best even without him. Story 2. How do I, 24F, come clean to my 25M boyfriend of 2 years about a lie I've kept going since 8th grade? I'm aware this is a terrible thing to do, and I will live with the guilt of it my whole life, and cannot apologize enough to those affected by this. When I was starting 8th grade, I went into a completely new school district due to bullying at my old school. I still had one friend from my old school who I texted daily. We'll call her Molly. Molly and I had this idea to see how long I could convince the students at this school that I was colorblind. I am not. And we decided it would be easiest for me to pretend to see in just black and white, which I'm pretty certain is not a thing, so I wouldn't get stumped if people tested me. Unfortunately for me, I was quite convincing, and nobody ever called me out if they doubted me. I went on to fall out of contact with Molly because she stabbed me in the back, and was then worried everyone would hate me when I came clean alone without her to defend, that we had come up with it together. At this point, I had made a whole new friend group who believed me, and the entire school that knew me also knew that I was colorblind. Fast forward to meeting my now boyfriend. Nothing special, just lucky on a dating app. He was everything I was looking for, and I couldn't have been more happy, and I still am. We have never fought in the 2 years we've been together, apart from silly debates about SpongeBob plots and what kinds of food is better. I love him more than anything, and I want to spend my life with him. However, I don't believe I deserve to have that. When we started getting serious, he met my best friend since high school. And in them meeting, my color vision came up, and rather than come clean to my best friend, I decided to lie to my boyfriend, and I feel terrible to this day. My issue is I don't believe I can continue to go forward when there is this low hanging over the whole relationship for no reason. I feel I have done the equivalent to cheating on him by lying for our entire relationship. I know I have to come clean, and I am going to, and hope for the best. I suppose I simply would like advice on how to best go about it. His family also believes I am colorblind. Feel free to rip me a new one in the comments. I deserve it for faking a disability, and I take full responsibility and will not claim I was a child and didn't understand. I knew I was wrong. I regret it. Edit. Those telling me to add to the lie are not helping. I know some are jokes. My issue isn't, I'm scared he'll figure it out. I want him to know. I simply want a smart way of going about telling him. Update. I spoke with my boyfriend last night while having pizza. I simply said what I typed above as many people suggested, and after a lot of blank stares, silence, and a simple, "What?" he started laughing. I was laughing nervously, and I was still unsure if he was going to get up and leave my house, but wanted to laugh at me first. Dramatic, I know, but that's me. He calmed me down because he's a saint, and told me I'm stupid. That was weird, and he's still slightly shocked, but ultimately he didn't care. We continued eating our pizza, watched the next Marvel movie in our lineup, and had a completely relaxing night. I waited to update, still unsure if he was staying with me after a night's rest on it, but I'm happy to say it's as if nothing has changed, and I couldn't be happier. I saw a few comments appalled that I was sorry for lying to my boyfriend, but nobody else. I will admit my post did make it seem that way, and maybe he was the catalyst to make me take the steps towards coming clean, but I do deeply regret lying to my friends as well. On that note, I told my best friend as well, over the phone because she lives hours away at college right now, and she also thought it was hilarious and shocking I managed to keep it up this long. She also said she wasn't upset with me, and it changed nothing between us apart from the relentless teasing I'm sure is coming my way. I haven't told my boyfriend's family yet, as I want him and I to decide together how to go about it, because he obviously knows them better than me, although I have already come to love them as my own family. I may update later on when I do tell them all, but I'm not sure. Thank you for all the advice. Even though some of it was hard to hear, I accept that and will move on and be better going forward.